What makes the BMW E60 M5 so special? It's not just a luxury sedan, it's a 10-cylinder powerhouse that combines the best of performance and comfort. This car has become a legend, captivating car enthusiasts with its unique design. With a 5.0-liter V10 engine, it set new standards for speed and handling. But that's not all. The E60 M5's design, a product of Chris Bangle's bold vision, sparked intense debate. While it was controversial then, it has since become a beloved classic. Would you drive a high-performance family sedan? Or does the maintenance worry you? Don't forget to hit subscribe to explore more about this iconic car. Let's get started. Let's go back to 2005, when BMW surprised everyone with the E60 M5. The first sedan in the world to come with a 5.0-liter V10 engine that didn't use a turbo. This wasn't just another M car. It was a full-blown Formula One-inspired masterpiece, cranking out 507 horsepower and 373 kilowatts and 520 newton-meters and 384 pound-feet of torque. Imagine that kind of power in a family sedan. The E60 wasn't just fast, it was revolutionary. This beast hit 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour, in just 4.7 seconds and topped out at 250 kilometers per hour, 150 miles per hour. That's serious supercar territory wrapped in a four-door body. But let's be real, what made this M5 iconic wasn't just the numbers, it was the drama, sound, and soul packed under the hood. Would you ever expect a family sedan to give you goosebumps at 8,250 RPM? But the real heart of the E60 M5? Under the hood lies the S85 V10, a high-revving, naturally aspirated masterpiece. That sound? Pure magic. Even today, it's one of the best-sounding engines ever built. Engineered with 10 individual throttle bodies and ionic current knock sensing, the V10 was a mechanical marvel. It offered three distinct power modes: P400 for casual driving, P500 to unlock full power, and P500S for maximum aggression. And it wasn't just quick, it was precise, emotional, and alive. In a world obsessed with turbochargers, isn't there something special about a motor that begs to rev higher and higher without any artificial boost? Do you think we'll ever see another naturally aspirated V10 like this again? Of course, all that power needed a transmission that could keep up. But did BMW get it right with their futuristic approach? Well, it depends on who you ask. Now let's talk about one of the most debated features of the E60 M5, the 7-speed SMG3 transmission. At the time, this was cutting-edge stuff. It was the world's first 7-speed electro-hydraulic gearbox in a production car, capable of lightning-fast shifts and launch control. On paper, it sounded like a dream. But in real-world driving? Not everyone was a fan. The SMG was often described as clunky and unpredictable, especially at low speeds. It used a single clutch system which could feel jerky in stop-and-go traffic. That said, it offered 11 shift settings, and when pushed hard, it delivered brutal performance. In some markets, BMW offered a 6-speed manual, making the E60 M5 a true driver's machine. So here's the question. Would you take the high-tech SMG or hunt down a rare manual version for that pure connection? Enjoying the content? Subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on more exciting videos. The E60 M5 wasn't just about raw power. It also introduced serious driver-focused tech. One standout was M Dynamic Mode, an in-between setting for traction control. It allowed controlled wheel slip for spirited driving without fully turning off the safety net. Think of it as BMW's version of controlled chaos. Then came electronic damper control, giving drivers the ability to switch between comfort and sport suspension settings. Combined with the M differential, which could lock up to 100%, the E60 was surprisingly agile for its nearly 1,830 kilograms, 4,035 pounds weight. And yes, there was a special M button on the steering wheel, letting you instantly summon all 507 horses and the sharpest settings. How cool is it that a car from 2005 lets you customize your drive at the touch of a button? Speaking of bold choices, BMW didn't just innovate under the skin. On the outside, the E60 made a serious statement, and not everyone agreed on it. When the E60 M5 hit the streets, it sparked intense debate. Styled under Chris Bangle and led by David Arcangeli, the E60 featured what BMW called flame surfacing, a bold, sculpted look with sweeping lines and deep creases. Some loved it, some hated it, but one thing's for sure, you couldn't ignore it. The E60 broke from BMW's traditionally conservative styling and embraced a future-forward, experimental look. The M5 version added quad exhausts, aggressive bumpers, and unique wheels to set it apart. Over time, this once controversial design has aged into a classic, with many enthusiasts now praising its distinctive character. What do you think? Was Bangle's vision ahead of its time, or just too radical for BMW fans back then? Step inside the E60 M5 and you're greeted by a cabin that blends performance with premium comfort. It had leather everywhere, optional carbon fiber or aluminum trims, and M-specific sport seats that hugged you just right. It looked every bit the executive sedan, but with a motorsport heart. One standout feature? The M-specific heads-up display. It projected RPMs, shift points, and speed right onto the windshield. First of its kind in a BMW M car. Talk about race car vibes in your daily commute. The iDrive system, love it or hate it, lets you control everything from power modes to suspension settings. It was packed with tech, but not overwhelming. So here's the question. Can a car offer luxury and raw performance without compromise? With the E60 M5, BMW sure tried, and came closer than most. And just when you thought the E60 couldn't get any crazier, BMW dropped a version that took practicality to a whole new level without losing an ounce of thrill. Now for a real treat, the E61 M5 Touring. Yep, BMW made a station wagon with a 5.0-liter V10, and it was glorious. This was the first and only time an M5 wagon came with such a high revving engine, and it's a collector's dream today. While the sedan was all about performance and presence, the Touring added practicality to the mix. You could haul the kids to school, hit the grocery store, and still hit 155 miles per hour on the Autobahn, all in the same car. It was never sold in the US, making it even more desirable among enthusiasts. The E61 didn't just push boundaries, it shattered them. And with the upcoming G99 M5 Touring, BMW is finally bringing back the formula. Wouldn't you love to see more crazy fast wagons like this on today's roads? 2 decades later, the E60 M5 has become a modern classic. Sure, it's not the most reliable M car ever made, and yes, it has some notorious issues. Rod bearing failure, SMG pump problems, and throttle actuator faults, to name a few. But what you get in return is pure emotion. The E60 M5 is one of the last naturally aspirated V10 sedans the world will ever see. It's loud, raw, and unapologetically bold. It's not for everyone, but for those who get it, there's nothing else quite like it. Prices now range from $20,000 to $35,000 depending on condition and mileage. It's a performance bargain if you're ready for the maintenance. Would you take the plunge and make space in your garage for one of BMW's most daring creations? Would you drive the BMW E60 M5, a car that blends raw power with a bold design? With its legendary V10 engine and unique style, it's a car that divides opinions. But here's the question. Is the excitement worth the maintenance risk, or is it just too much to handle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on more incredible car content. See you in the next video.